Internal policies, controls and procedures. Components of an AML CFT program. Policies, procedures, and controls are fundamental elements in establishing an effective anti-money laundering (AML) and counter-financing of terrorism (CFT) program. These components are designed to ensure that financial institutions, FIs, manage and mitigate the risks associated with money laundering and terrorism financing. 1. Policies. Definition: high-level statements that outline the principles and objectives of the AML CFT program. These policies set the tone from the top and provide a uniform framework across the entire organization. Characteristics: clear, concise, and consistent with the organization's overall risk management strategy. They should reflect senior management's commitment to AML CFT compliance. 2. Procedures. Definition: detailed guidelines that translate the AML CFT policies into actionable steps and practices. They define how the policies will be implemented and what tasks stakeholders are responsible for. Characteristics: practical and specific to daily operations, ensuring that all employees understand their roles and responsibilities in the AML CFT framework. Procedures should be regularly reviewed and updated to remain effective. 3. Controls. Definition: the internal technology, tools, and mechanisms used to ensure that the AML CFT program functions as intended and stays within predefined parameters. Characteristics include systems and technologies for monitoring, reporting, and managing AML CFT risks. Controls should be effective in identifying and mitigating risks as per the organization's defined policies and procedures. Regulatory requirements. Under the AML CFT law, Article 16.1(d) and the AML CFT decision, Articles 4.2(a), 20, FIs are required to 1. Implement comprehensive policies, controls, and procedures. Develop and apply policies, controls, and procedures that address identified MLFT risks in line with the nature and size of the business. Ensure these measures are approved by senior management and reviewed regularly for effectiveness. 2. Apply to all relevant entities. Policies, controls, and procedures must be applicable to all branches, subsidiaries, and affiliated entities where the FE holds a majority interest. Consideration of results from the National Risk Assessment (NRA) and topical risk assessments is required. 3. Ensure reasonableness and proportionality. Implement measures that are reasonable and proportional to the identified risks. The measures should be consistent with the results of the FE's MLTF business risk assessment. 4. Documentation and communication. Document policies, procedures, and methodologies clearly. Ensure that these are approved by senior management and communicated appropriately within the organization. 5. Consider IT infrastructure. Evaluate how the IT infrastructure and management information systems support AML CFT risk mitigation requirements. Ensure that technical capabilities align with the size and growth dynamics of the customer base. Categories of internal AML CFT components. The internal AML CFT components can be categorized into several key areas. Identification and assessment of MLFT risks, procedures for business-wide risk assessment. Customer due diligence, CDD including enhanced due diligence, EDD, and simplified due diligence, SDD, along with reviews and third-party reliance. Customer and transaction monitoring, procedures for monitoring and reporting suspicious transactions. AML CFT governance includes compliance staffing, training, senior management responsibilities, and independent auditing of risk mitigation measures. Record-keeping requirements, guidelines for maintaining records in accordance with AML CFT obligations.